So this review is split into 3 parts. A brief recap of the Tate episode, my thoughts on the leaked episode, which is the finale, and my overall thoughts of the show, including a brief character breakdown. But before I get into all of that, like, comment, and sub to the channel. I will be doing more show reviews since people seem to like these. And also, every week or so we do a live stream where we discuss all the latest news in the world. Rest in peace to Kobe Bryant and his daughter, and the other victims of the helicopter crash.
To this day,
Rich people don't sleep 8 hours a day.
That's stupid. Use your common sense.
What up, Bushido Spirit? Power Season 6 Finale. Now this is the leaked episode. If the creator of the show is right about having alternate endings, then maybe this is wrong. But since everybody is talking about it and since everybody already seen it, I might as well talk about the leaked episode, which may be the actual episode. We don't know yet. Maybe they changed it. I don't see how, but it's possible. But before I do all of that, I'll just give my takes on the Tate episode. Even though it was filler, straight up filler. No one actually believed Tate shot Ghost. And his episode should have been before pass. And I'm saying this as a fan of Tate. He is not that important. He isn't important enough to warrant a spin-off episode near the end of the season. It just feels like stalling. It really broke up the suspense and tension they built with previous episodes. Right after the Tommy episode, they should have went straight to the finale. Anyway, here is my brief recap of the Tate episode. And this is from the great DJ Khaled. And I quote, "All Tate does is win, 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 no matter what. The end." That pretty much sums up his episode. It was just Tate winning, victory dancing over Ghost's grave. But in all seriousness, here is the actual recap of the episode. Tate hires Cedric the Entertainer to kill off Ghost. The feds tell Tate that they are building a case to put Ghost away forever, so Tate calls off the hit. Cedric and his son attempt to kill Ghost anyway, and things go wrong. They did not count on Tommy being present. Tommy ends up killing Cedric, and the son he left behind is extremely upset about that. So upset he tries to murder Tate, blames him for the death of Cedric the Entertainer. But in the process of doing that, he himself gets murdered by Tate's brother, who is a cop. Then blah 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 blah, Ghost gets shot. Tate capitalizes off his murder by giving a rousing speech outside the Truth nightclub.
Hours and nothing, and I mean ain't a motherfucking thing gonna detract from it today. You understand?
Due to Ghost being dead, the DNC decides to make Tate Lorette's running partner. However, they fucked up. That move was all the evidence Tate needed to know he was in complete control. So he says, fuck it. Fuck being your running mate and helping you win or gain the black vote. I'm running again and you can be my running mate. And the DNC sort of agrees. Because Lorette is like Hillary, always pandering, just pandering. I doubt she truly believes what she's saying. Now this is according to the show. Also, Tate fucks over Ramona by telling reporters she was fucking a drug dealer, i.e. Ghost. Now on to the finale. On to the juice. I just want to start this off by saying I called it. I knew Tariq murdered his father from jump. He was the only person that made sense. Tariq hates being lied to, even though he lies more than anybody, and he wants things to go back to the way they were before Ghost decided to pursue a relationship with Angela. And he places none of the blame on his mother. None of it. And I believe that's sad. That is the saddest part about this show. And maybe it was intentional. I still don't think it's a good enough reason, but so what? What happened, happened. And though this episode was kinda bad, there was some much needed closure with these characters. Ghost finally told Tasha why he left her. She fell in love with the drug dealer she married. And when he attempted to change his life for the better, she was against the idea. She didn't believe it was possible. Most people don't. Like Will Smith said, people don't think you can do anything they can't do. And truer words have never been spoken. She did not believe that Ghost could change his life around and be straight-laced. So therefore, she hated the idea. She thought it was a waste of time. And one thing about this scene that happened in this episode, I just wish this conversation happened earlier. Ghost was attracted to Angela because she believed in him, same as Ramona. And that's what a partner does. That's what a partner is there for. That is the only reason to marry, not just for a shoulder to cry on, but one to holster your dreams. Anyway, Tariq and Tasha scrambled to put their lives back together after Hurricane Ghost fucked their shit up, according to them. And they can't seem to put murder behind them. Too much negative energy. A dark cloud follows them wherever they go. And their simple solution to resolve these issues is to off Ghost for good. I mean, why have him around? Fuck his money. All he does is lie. He doesn't want to take the rap for Ray Ray's murder. And he threatened to snitch on Tasha. So he has to go. They figured if they killed him, all is solved. So they concocted this grand scheme to end him forever. The plan involves framing Tasha's boyfriend, but little did she know Red Bull gives you wings, and that nigga flew out them handcuffs. More still, Tariq had a different plan. He tried to frame Dre for killing Ghost. That's why he borrowed his gun. And that's ultimately where they fucked up at. They were not on the same page. And they're never really on the same page. They're both trying to protect each other. Tariq is trying to be the man of the house in his father's absence, and Tasha is trying to be the mother and protect her son. Both trying to protect each other, and they are working in opposite directions. And that's where the plan failed. Tasha was supposed to have her boyfriend drive near the club. She planned to get out and walk the rest of the way to avoid suspicion. She was going to wait in Ghost's car in the garage, then jump out and pop him. But things changed. Tommy got involved. Tommy's change of heart. So Tariq had to change things up to ensure the job got done. He gave up Tommy's location to Vincent to slow him down so that he and Tasha had enough time to kill Ghost. He attempted to text Tasha before setting up his plan, but she did not respond, so he had to act quickly. At the club, Tariq grabs the gun he hid in his locker, the one he borrowed from Dre. Then he meets Ghost on the walkway, and the club is empty at this time. Everybody cleared out. Ghost is closing up for the night, so nobody's supposed to be there. Him and Ghost talked a bit, and Tariq pulls out the strap. And this is where Tariq revealed his motive. How he blames Ghost for breaking up the family unit. He resents him, and that resentment was all Kanan needed to become his new dad. Due to Ghost trying to secure the bag, he was not around. He never had time to truly have a conversation with Tariq to explain his side of the story. So all Tariq knew about the situation was from Tasha's perspective. And knowing that kinda does make you sympathetic towards his character. Ghost tries to talk him down, but he was unsuccessful. Tasha rushes over to stop Tariq after she realized the plan went left, but she too was unsuccessful. Ghost gets shot and falls to his death. His last words were "don't shoot," in reference to Tommy spotting Tariq. Tariq escapes out the back. Tasha takes the gun from him. The two make it back home. But the plan isn't finished yet. Tasha still has to plant the gun at her boyfriend's house, which she does, but she fucks up. She miscalculated. Her boyfriend was supposed to remain in the car, but he instead got out to grab a Red Bull, and the cameras at the gas station caught him, which placed him in an entirely different location when the shooting took place. I guess being thirsty saved him. And this was basically what I was talking about when I said that they fucked up. They were on a completely different pages. Tariq had already set it up to have Dre take the rap, because he spotted Sax at the club, and he was about to frame Sax for even being there if Sax didn't agree, but Tasha couldn't have that, or that they didn't communicate that. And she tried to frame somebody else for the murder and ended up getting caught up. So Tasha takes the hugest fucking L, the biggest L of the show, the hugest L, which is really quite sad because all she wanted was her independence, and she ended up with nothing. The complete opposite of what she wanted. And it's all because of Tariq. I told you, these characters can't think straight. They can't function when Tariq is around. They're always thinking about his best interests. And at the end of the season, Ghost realized this. Ghost turned around. He was like, we need to stop babying him. And that ultimately got him killed. Thinking straight got him killed. So now Tasha will spend the rest of her life in prison while Tariq gets to go to school. Now I did leave out a lot of shit, like how Ghost didn't leave Tasha anything in his will. Instead, he left all his assets to his kids, Tariq and the other one. But he'll only have access to his funds after he graduates from a 4-year university with a 3.5 GPA. So Ghost, in a way, is forcing him to go to school. So it's kind of poetic. They thought that if they got rid of Ghost, that he would no longer have this foothold on their lives, that he would no longer have any control. But in killing him, he has gained more control. Also, you may ask, how is he supposed to get in school? Well, before she got arrested, Tasha offered Simon the Truth nightclub if he allowed Tariq to enroll in his school. And that's exactly what happened. And that was pretty much the season finale, based off the leaks. Now, what are my thoughts of this episode? Like I said, this episode was kind of subpar. It didn't really feel like a finale. And it's not for lack of trying. It's just that it was not the ending that I wanted. And it was not the ending that a lot of people wanted. Everybody wanted Ghost to survive. A lot of people, most people liked his character. So having him gone and having that be the reason as to why he's gone, it just doesn't sit well with me. Because everybody likes the underdog story. Like when that power theme plays, it resonates. You feel that shit. Finally, a show about a successful black man that goes beyond selling drugs. Someone who moved towards legitimizing himself and ensuring wealth for his descendants. But his angry, spoiled son killed him because of something as childish as lying. Lies he told to ensure a better future for his family. Nah, fuck that. Give me a refund, nigga. I want my time and money back. But I can't hate. I loved every minute of this shit show. Even the parts I hated made for some fantastic television. These characters are flawed, but entertaining. I like what Amari Hardwick said about his character. Ghost is the opposite of Walter White. Instead of breaking bad, he was breaking good. Tommy is the most honest character in the show. He wears his emotions on his sleeve. He is who we think of when we picture a dealer, with the exception of his skin color. A hard-edged thug, someone who is in it to win it, but lacks foresight to go beyond the block. Tariq was blessed with the silver spoon, but didn't appreciate the servings. He couldn't see what Ghost was trying to accomplish because he didn't have the same experiences. He was born into comfort, so any type of discomfort, like a divorce, disrupts his safe space, one that his father tried to preserve, but he hated him for it. He didn't like lies, but would have rather Ghost continue to lie to himself by staying with Tasha to appease him. He is full of contradictions, and I felt like that's the route the writers should have pursued, but they attempted to make him Dre number 2. This scheming, backstabbing dealer, only interested in doing things his way. I just find it hard to like a character that hates lies, but constantly lies to other people. He doesn't afford them honesty. So that tells me he doesn't care about anyone but himself, just like Dre. So congrats to the creative team for making them friends. That was the most accurate thing about his character. These two niggas deserve each other. And what bothers me the most is they tried to make Tariq out to be this clever person, matching wits with attorneys and feds. But we see none of that intelligence when he has these emotional sparring matches with his father. He turns into a child, the spoiled kid, clinging to Tasha's titty milk. Angela. I miss Angela. Angela loved her job, but she loved Jamie even more. Her life was great, but incomplete. Putting people behind bars wasn't enough. She wanted to put prison behind them. She wanted to help Jamie legitimize himself, while everyone else was attempting to pull James back down into the pit. She was the lone hand reaching to pull him up. People hated her for being a homewrecker, but I can't help but applaud her. Angela never wavered. She came into his life and left, wishing he'd overcome his circumstances and finally break good. What a woman. Tasha. Let's move on to Tasha. Tasha from the block, or from the stoop. Her influence made Tariq what he is. She's always trying to protect what she has and never build upon it. And when she finally tried to branch out and do for herself, it was too late. And losing Raina didn't help matters, it made them worse. Her and James would have never been a good fit because she lacked ambition and couldn't keep up with the person that he was becoming. So she remained the same and resented him for progressing while she fell behind. I like Tasha in spots, but she is always the first person to say no to things. And if you don't believe me, rewatch the show. Study her interactions with other characters. Listen to them tell her their dreams and watch her say no. I was rooting for her to build her daycare or to even establish herself as a dealer. But when Tariq got involved, things went awry and she started remembering the child she lost and did not want to lose another. And there lies the problem. Like Tariq, she too lives in the past. And now that past is all she has left. Memories of what she was, never to become something greater. That is the true tragedy of her character. Sax. I like and I hate Sax. Pause. He is a fuck up. He is dishonest. And he is corrupt. Which is ironic because he spent the entire fucking show, trying to prove Angela was bad, that she was corrupt, but he was no different. I can't help but think he was jealous, not just of Angela's accomplishments, but of Ghost as well. We all know he wanted Angela and tried hard as fuck to wiggle his way into her life, every step of the way. Also, Sax is a sore loser. That's why he hates Ghost, because Ghost continued to win despite his circumstances, despite every obstacle, despite doing it quote unquote the wrong way. Ghost is the bad guy. Why does he get to win? I'm the good guy, yet I keep coming up short. That to me is Sax's inner dialogue every time he appears on the screen. That is what his heart whispers. What does she see in him? And that's nothing but pure jealousy. He was so obsessed. And when Angela finally died, that was validation. He told her so. Ghost was wrong for her. Why couldn't it have been me? To me, he was just like Knox, except he was on the outside looking in. And I wish they would have pursued that. I wish they would have did more with that. I wish they would have did more with that. Those are just my thoughts on a couple of characters. So overall, I liked the show, but I felt it got worse and worse. It went south when Kanan died, then when Angela left, and finally when Ghost fell. And without Angela, I found it hard to care about the police procedural stuff. All that lawyer shit really didn't matter when Angela was gone. Had they kept Angela alive, they could have played up her rivalry with Blanca. I thought that was cool when I first saw it, but they never built on that. And that's pretty much all I gotta say, man. On to the next show, on to Tommy's spinoff or whatever the fuck I'll be watching next. That's it. Now hopefully this is the actual finale, and if it's not, I'll have to do another video. Peace.